Hey guys, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining me here on this Nirvanic journey where we can grow to our enlightenment through our health. So it's easier said than done just to say, oh, get in touch with your third eye. But if your third eye is all calcified, then we're not going to be getting in touch with it anytime soon, are we? So this channel is trying to break through the health issues that can cause us not to be able to ascend to our higher purpose. Okay, so we are going to go through our Reiki principles, the ones that I had in the first few videos. I've been skipping those the last couple times, but it's very important, and these are principles that I try to think about every single day. Post them on your mirror, post them in your car somewhere you can see them. But the Reiki principles are something that you touch on every single day, because daily we need to renew these feelings, okay? Okay, so the first one is going to be, I will not worry. The second one, I will not be angry. Just for today, I will work honestly. Just for today, I will be grateful. This is key. We know, look up Oprah's videos on gratefulness and how gratefulness can change your life. It can take out the negative feelings you have about your past. It can retrain your mind to think positively. It only takes 21 days to start a habit, and 21 to 30 days, somewhere around there, and then you are in a habit, okay? You wake up and you just go to make coffee, right? You just walk to the coffee pot. You don't even have to open your eyes. Basically, you can just walk right there. But anyway, and then the last one, so we have I will not worry, will not be angry, I will work honestly, I will be grateful, and just for today, I will be kind to other people. So purchase the coffee for the person behind you at Starbucks. What is it, $4 or $5? And changing somebody's feelings, you don't know, they may be horribly depressed, or going through some kind of social anxiety because they're not able to work from work. Maybe they had a family there, whatever. Just be kind to people, because you don't know what people are going through. Okay, all right, so all done with that Reiki stuff. Now we're going to go to our meat of our video. Okay, so last video, or video before last, I mentioned about the pineal gland, how the calcification of the pineal gland can cause Alzheimer's and can be the key reason why people develop Alzheimer's disease. Okay, so today I want to talk a little bit more about that. Alzheimer's disease was founded by a scientist named Alois Alzheimer in the year 1906, and is now the most common neurodegenerative disease, along with dementia, right now on the planet, okay, globally. As of the middle of last year, there were 47 million documented cases of Alzheimer's disease. That's globally, and that number is expected to triple by the year 2050, according to the rise rate. How they're setting the rate of rise. So this disease is characterized, as we all know, we pretty much all know somebody, or know somebody that knows somebody that has Alzheimer's disease. Probably one of your friends' parents, or somebody you know personally, maybe your own parent, maybe you're developing it, I don't know. But it causes a loss of memory function and other neurobehavioral manifestations. The pathological indications have been noted as, so this is what happens inside your brain. This is what they can see with CT scans or MRIs. It's extracellular senile plaques is what they're called. And not to get too technical, but they are formed by amyloid beta proteins, which are proteins that play a role in neural regeneration, or the regeneration of your nerve cells. They can become oxidized or corrupted just by age, but we all know that we all know somebody, or we've seen a YouTube of somebody that's like 78, and they do yoga every day and they're more agile than we are, okay? Or that maybe you are that person, but I'm not trying to leave anybody out, you know what I mean? But anyways, like I watch a lady on YouTube that does yoga who's like in her 70s, and she looks more fit than me. Like her skin is, has that good elasticity, and everything like that. And I'm just like, whoa, okay, I want to be you when I grow up, kind of thing. So anyways, and so it depends on how we take care of ourselves. Every age is not, I don't believe that when you go to the doctor and they're like, oh, you're just getting older, that's why you have arthritis. I'm like, no, there's got to be a root cause. I've always tried to get to the root cause of everything, because boy, you find that root cause, you fix the root cause, and boom, it's gone. I don't like putting Band-Aids on stuff. And I know you guys, you're all trying to reach your higher consciousness. We all want to get up there to the 5D. We want to do it, but we can't just do it, okay? And if we have things going on in our brain that's causing mental things such as depression, anxiety, learning disorders, things like that. We gotta cut through the crap before we can get to the 3D or the 5D. Sorry. Okay, so the plaques. Let's see, the regeneration of our nerve cells. That's what amyloid beta proteins do. They regenerate the nerve cells. Well, whenever you get so they're in your brain when they work normally. So like here's your cell and here's these little amyloid proteins that are sticking up out of your cells, okay? And they're attached. Okay, well once they start aging and degenerating, they break off and then they collect. More proteins are added to them. They start out in a nice little alpha helix shape, which is just like your DNA, the twisty shape, that one little tiny twisty shape. Once they break off, they collect stuff all around them, these little, I don't know what they're called, fibrillary tissues or something like that. They're little pieces of stuff that just gets attached to them. And all of that causes cloggage in our brain. And then our brain we don't have our cerebral spinal fluid, the CSF flowing freely. We don't have our blood flowing freely. Nothing's working as it should, okay? And your brain doesn't like that. It likes to be able to be free, okay? And you need it to be free. So that can be caused by oxidation, poor diet, the older we get, like they say, or just the nasty drinking water that we drink every day, okay? Watch my video, is it 2 videos ago, where I talked about reverse osmosis water, how you need to stop drinking tap water. Don't give it to your kids. Don't drink it yourself. Get a reverse osmosis machine if you can, as soon as possible. If you go to a restaurant, even bring water with you. Don't drink their water because that's tap water, okay? Unless they have, I think Starbucks' water is filtered if you go there. But, okay, so the amyloid beta proteins, when they're working functionally, they're regenerating our nerves. When they get older, they are destroying our nerves. They become nerve destroyers. So they perform the complete opposite. So they called it in the article that I read, which I always cite my articles in my description box below, but they called it like the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde of your neural regenerators. So they go from being really, really good to really, really bad if we don't take care of ourselves. Keyword. Okay, we don't take care of ourselves. Okay, so later in life, they start to break apart, is what they say. And once broken, they perform different tasks. And I already told y'all about that. Okay, so the hypotheses have been raised as to if we can actually go and do brain surgery, remove the plaque to stop the progression of Alzheimer's disease or to halt it. Because all that clogging and stuff gets in your brain, just like in your plumbing pipes. If you start getting stuff in their hair and stuff starts getting, guess what? It just backs up and boom, it doesn't work. Well, your brain is very sensitive and is responsible for your negative feedback, responsible for keeping us homeostasis, So if our numbers start rising or, getting like this, our body has a miraculous way of getting it back normal again. You can't keep homeostasis whenever you've got cloggage, okay? So, let's see, in the peer-reviewed article that I read through EBSCOhost, and if you don't have access to this, I'm so sorry. If you would like a downloaded copy, you can leave a message below and leave me your email or somehow. I don't know if there's a way to message me through YouTube. Eventually I'm going to have an Instagram where I'm actually posting stuff to it. I have one right now, but it's Nirvanic Journey, but there's nothing. You can probably message me through there and I'll put a link to that below. But, in the peer-reviewed journal that I'm using, they had a statement that I thought was kind of crazy. It said, unlike kidney stones, the main component of pineal calcification is the hydroxyapatite. I told y'all the other day, apatite is the crystallization. Hydroxyapatite and the calcium phosphorus molar ratio in pineal calcification is similar to that found in the enamel of dentin in your teeth. Okay, so it's just like, this is not new science, guys. People know that fluoride causes your pineal gland, which is your third eye, causes it to get messed up. Okay, this is not new, but I'm trying to teach y'all how we can prevent or reverse what's happened to our pineal gland, okay? So it looks like the dentin in your teeth. Hello. We don't want it to look like the dentin in our teeth. That's the hardest mineral that we have in our body, okay? So, or the hardest, substance that we have in our body. Due to the fact that disease pathology are usually only able to be studied during autopsy or post-mortem, okay, that's why it's unethical to do studies on people like that have Alzheimer's. Well, can we pick your brain, literally, go in there and study it and see what's up. So it's not ethical. They have to wait until post-mortem So it limits a lot of things that doctors can do, and your body changes so rapidly as soon as you die that it's just so hard to get it really honed down. But we know the key is healthy diet. We know the key is getting outside, getting grounded, meditation, keeping our bodies from getting stressed out. Stress kills us. We know that. So due to the fact that disease pathologies are only able to be studied, okay, let's see, it leaves a lot of questions in the mind of researchers. Neuroplasticity is a vitally important function of your brain because continuous adaptation and changing conditions is essential to preserve your homeostasis and sugar levels, satiety. So if you're not able to, that's another thing that's controlled by your hypothalamus, and that is also everything is like a domino effect, okay? So if your pineal gland's messed up, your hypothalamus is also going to be messed up. That tells us if we're full or not. So that can cause, when you don't know if you're full, you're eating too much food, you could become obese, you could develop type 2 diabetes, okay? So there's a myriad of health problems, autoimmune disorders and things like that. That comes directly from melatonin, lack of melatonin or pinealocytes in the pineal gland, okay? So we need our brain to work good. Okay, let's see, plasticity. Our little pineal gland being in good non-crystallized working order will help us to keep our melatonin levels in check. And we need that so bad. And one more thing that article said was ultimately the pineal gland dysfunction, which reduces melatonin secretion, may be one of the crucial factors that causes impaired neurogenesis in Alzheimer's disease. So finding its way to improve pineal dysfunction may be a key to circumvent impaired neurogenesis. You need your brain to fix itself. You need your nerves to be fixed, or they're not going to, nerves go from here to the bottom of our feet, okay? And so we need them to all talk to each other. And when they stop talking, people become paralyzed, especially if you have something in your cerebrospinal, in your spinal column that happens, you get paralyzation, okay? So we need nerves talking to other nerves are very important. That's where neuropathy comes in for diabetics and things like that, where, we lose feeling in our feet, our hands, we're not able to function. We have a lot of pain and stuff like that because nerves, when they're dying, it's very, very painful. So we want to prevent all of these things. We've got to prevent these health problems or we're not going to be ascending to anything higher, okay? Most of the neurons in the peripheral nervous system have been noted to regenerate, but not in your central nervous system. Because of lack of integrins. So they're doing research right now. I just noted that because I thought it was interesting in the article that researchers are working on trying to figure out how to get the integrins into your cerebral spinal so that you can also regenerate nerve cells in there. And people that are paralyzed there may be hope for that. But we must get our pineal gland decalcified and healthy. So in the last video, I talked about food and supplements to implement to clean out that pineal gland, okay, to get it free-flowing and working again. But I was unsure on the boron part. So there are some foods that you can implement that actually are high and rich in boron, which might help keep your gland free-flowing and healthy. And that would be avocados. We eat a ton of avocados in this house. Almonds, probably raw or lightly roasted. You don't want to go buy the salted, heavily roasted ones, probably not at Walmart. They're probably not as good, as the ones you can order from, or go to Whole Foods or Sprouts or whatever to get. You could probably buy them at Walmart too, but I'm just saying just those normal roasted, inexpensive ones are probably not good. Bananas, beans, beets, chickpeas, which hummus is made from. Yummy, love hummus. Dates, these can be eaten in dried form and can be purchased on Amazon in bulk. Hazelnuts, prunes, also just like the dates, raisins, walnuts, and I will put a link to this article where I got these foods from, so you can go see them for yourself. Okay, so just to recap some of the things that are beneficial for keeping, I put ye old pineal healthy, is exercise. Make sure you're exercising, whether it be yoga, whether it be a light jog, a walk around the house several times, up and down your stairs in your house, whatever it is that you can do to get that blood flowing, get your lymph cleaned out. Exercise, drink a lot of water, not tap water, guys, okay? Especially if you live in an area that puts fluoride in their water. Check and see if your area has it. Your area may not. I think a lot of places in Europe do not put fluoride in their water. I don't think they do. And bring water with you to a restaurant. Also, the foods I named above and the foods I named on the last video. And cut fluoride out, okay? We don't need it. If you're gonna put it on your teeth, let your dentist apply it, and then it's very toxic or whatever. Don't swallow, and they tell you spit, and all this kind of stuff. It's so toxic when you're at the dentist office, but then you're given a tube of toothpaste, so here, here kids, go brush your teeth. You know, they don't know what to do. They're swallowing. It tastes good like bubble gum, you know, and stuff like that. So just make sure you're careful with the fluoride. And then I am just wishing all of you a very happy, blessed, glorious, victorious, Reiki principle filled day. Namaste.